Ever since Danny was taken, his parents feel like walking glass statues to him, and he's always wondering which one is going to break first. That is a quote from the book The Black Lord by Colin Hinckley. This is a bit genre bending between cosmic and folk horror. It's only 84 pages, so it's a novella. And this fulfills the prompt haunted by the loss of loved ones for my 2-month readathon focusing on Louis de Pointe du Lac. And we are just snooping on a shelf and reading one of his books. So to tell you a little bit about this book, husband and wife, Laura and Todd, youngest son, 1-year-old Danny, disappears from their home. So the child goes missing. So the entire family is in a state of grief. So it's a husband and wife and their eldest son, Eddie, who's around 9 years old. One night, as Eddie lies trying to go to sleep, he suddenly feels like there's someone commandeering his body, and a monster appears outside their window claiming to have little Danny. And this entity says, if you come with me, I could take you to Danny. I just need your help with something. This is like a very scary monster type individual. There's so much to be revealed, and that's layered in about the family's past. And something I wasn't expecting that I was really delighted with was that each chapter is from a different character's point of view. So we start out from Eddie's point of view, the eldest son that's grieving the loss of their little brother. And then it moves on to the parents and kind of goes from there. Each chapter is also, because it's set up that way, we're discussing each character's processing grief, how they deal with this loss. And there's also a conversation going on with, this whole idea that a parent is supposed to protect their child, but it's like, is that even possible? Is protecting one's child even a reality? The book is like medium paced. The style of writing is incredible. There's such a eerie sense of dread in the tone of the storytelling, and that's done with the encroaching entity of nature itself that was like really woven in throughout, that I really enjoyed. Layered in is this cosmic horror element. I don't think I've ever read potentially like cosmic horror, so this is my first time kind of having an understanding or a grasp of what that is. Throughout the book, I was kind of reminded of, let's say, like the Brothers Grimm. So if you're into that kind of storytelling, this definitely feels like it's dipping the toes in there. And I thought that the ending tied together really nicely. I only have one minor critique, and it's not even that much of a critique. And also, I think in some ways, maybe I'm wrong. But from the first chapter, the monster is just described in such like a disturbing, just like a disturbing way that when I do see like there's illustrations of the monster, I almost feel like they're not needed. And that what my brain conjures up based on the description of the wording is actually so much worse than actually illustrating this creature. But I do understand that because of the nature of like the fact that this is folk horror, and like I said, I brought up Brothers Grimm as a kind of like a related piece of work. I felt like I could see why these particular illustrations were included, right? So with that said, I do want to talk about some moments that related to Louis de Pointe du Lac for me and just like really stood out. On page 6, the character Eddie, who's a big brother, says about the first time that he holds his little brother, that there's like a sense of pride at the brief moment he was allowed to be the guardian of something as delicate as Danny. And that reminded me of the role Louis plays as an older brother, being a protector of someone that has mental health issues, between trying to put them in an institution and not having any, that not being a safe haven. So then he would take his brother to confession on a regular basis, because that was basically therapy in a way for his brother. And that just struck me, the idea of always wanting to protect, I guess. And that was something that was stripped away from Louis. He felt like, maybe that's another element of feeling like he let his brother down, is like, he, as an older brother, he feels like he should be able to protect him, but he wasn't able to, right? There's only so much he could do. But maybe that's how he felt, I guess. We're trying to talk about the emotional current of the character. And also, I guess there's this idea of just all around guilt, right, in the book, but it's from the parents' perspective. But I also feel like that's also embroiled with Louis' character. Additionally, Eddie, when his body's been kind of commandeered by this other monstrous entity, he feels like there's a wire pulling at him internally. And there's actually, beyond grief or fulfilling this prompt, that's something that is kind of sprinkled in throughout the show Interview the Vampire, whether it's his very intense, strong love for Lestat, who mentions at the end of season 1 that there's this strong cord between them, or in season 2 where we see that there is this manifestation of grief and guilt and all these feelings for someone that he loves, that he's mourning. Or I kind of feel like using the cord or the wire in this book, as it's in the Black Lord, as the guilt tugging at him. And so that was just kind of what really stood out to me. And I kind of kept that on my mind. Anyways, so yeah, I'm going to go off on a tangent. So here's a question for you. If you fulfilled this prompt, or when you do and you watch this, what book did you read, and how did the book that you read contextualize Louis as a character for yourself, however you felt about the character? That's it for my short book review, but I did want to provide a little update. Let's see if I can do this. Bear with me, because I was playing with my, here we go. This is good enough. All right, here's the deal. I did put out a short that I had this readathon on StoryGraph. I'm so sorry. I'm not tech savvy, so I barely figured out that I didn't have it available for public. I barely figured that out. I'm so sorry. I kind of went back because I thought that's what was going on. So I right before I shot this, I barely figured it out. So it's here. And so you're going to see the prompts. And these are just the books I added. Feel free to add as many books as you want, just to kind of give suggestions to other people. But yeah, so I have them all here. You don't have to read them in any particular order. They're just, this is how they rate them. I just finished this book, so it's here and it's completed. Feel free to hop on with me. And did I already pass it? The next book I'm going to be reading is Between the World and Me, and it's to fulfill Louis as a storyteller. I'm trying to remember if I have anything else to say, so don't forget. So thanks for being patient with me. So yeah, I'm sorry I'm not tech savvy. I wish I was, but I'm not. And so yeah, I look forward to reading this. As you can tell, I'm trying to grab the books that I've queued with the least amount of pages first, before I deep dive and become overwhelming and daunted by the giant tome that's going to be at the end. And lastly, I have 2 guests lined up, one at the end of this month and one at the end of March for this readathon. I'm so excited. I'm a nervous Nelly, and I never really think that anyone that I admire that I'm going to ask is going to actually say yes. And the fact that anyone does makes me feel like just like really deep gratitude. And that also puts pressure on me. Like I gotta bring it. I gotta be good at this in honor of like whoever I have on. So look forward to those. It's not really like an interview. It's more like a buddy read for 2 of these books. So if you're watching this, thank you for watching. Thank you for, if you're going to participate, please let me know in the chat. I don't know. This is just exciting to me. And so, yeah, if you have any suggestions, go ahead and comment below. I do have a poll that I put up recently, so please check the community tab or the posts section. And also I do try to give like mini updates on my current reads as I'm progressing in the shorts section. I just kind of feel like that's a great way to kind of like check in with you without giving like a full-blown review, because I'm just kind of muddling along. All right, everyone, thank you so much. Happy reading, and I'll see you next time.